sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girl. But Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction, Chemical X.
Hey guys, it's V2 Vengeance, and today we're going to look at basically, I think, the perfect game in World of Tanks. And you're going to see by the end. I was personally stunned by what happened in this game. I mean, this is the perfect scenario everybody wishes when they jump into a game in World of Tanks. So first of all, Mac here is how we're going to call him. Is in his Kv-1 and he's a top tier on Malinovka. He has a couple of hit shells there, and this is where the game starts showing itself. Nice shot, almost unaimed, hitting a T-67 at long range. So already looking good, 1 kill. This is going to get crazy. Now for some time nothing is going to happen, so I'm just going to put it on 4 times the speed, so you guys don't get bored. And couple of blind shots that didn't actually miss. Now what this guy is going to do is not only that he's going to get so many kills, more kills than I ever got in the game, but also he's going to, and now the shooting really starts, he's also going to deal most of the damage to those targets. So he blocked his aim on that Kv-1, looked around to see if there were other threats, and continues putting shots into that Kv-1. As you can see, all of his allies here are shooting like crazy into the guy, but they don't manage to do anything, and he manages to kill the Kv-1. So there's his second kill, and until now, except him, there is a Panzer IV-H. In fact, what? A T-14. Sorry. And that T-14 also got a kill. So yeah. He's firing a couple of blind shots. I also had the Kv-1 with this derp gun, and it's pretty OP. I mean, it was... What penetration does it have now? 140. Yeah, before it had a lot more, and that was really OP. It was basically, you could deal the damage of a Kv-1S and basically the same penetration, and you had hit shells instead of AP, slightly better reload speeds, and you had that at tier 5, so it was pretty OP. But that was before the hit nerf. After the hit nerf, the hit shells don't have that much penetration. It's still good enough in order to penetrate most of the tier 5 tanks up front, but is not as OP as it used to be. So he's rushing on this T-25 and finishes him off with a shotgun-like shot. And there is a Churchill 3 coming. He gets shotted by the Stewart. He fires without really aiming and misses because, you know, you can't win them all. But he is going to win this battle, and it's going to be crazy, I promise. And scores are already 5-9. He's trying to get here into a position where he can have the gun depression to shoot the Churchill, and he finishes him off. So this is where the hit shells are very strong. Again, artillery shooting at him. That Su-26 probably has the stock gun because it's not doing anything to him. All that guy is doing is blowing his tracks off. So the only 2 guys in his team that managed to score a kill were the Excelsior and the T-14, and I'm going to make a sort of spoil here. They are the only ones that are going to score any kills from his team except Mac. So he finishes off the M5 Stewart. He's getting shotted by something. He hasn't lost any health until now, which is pretty good, considering that he took some hits. And the allied M5 Stewart, I think that's there, No, the M5 Steward is over here. So the Chihei is over there spotting those guys for him to shoot. As you can see, he's the only one in his team that manages to do any damage to those guys. That was a blind shot that hit 100%. And again, this tank has a lot of shells, so it's not really a problem blind shotting like that. Also, a side note, this guy has 3 marks of excellence on his Kv-1, so he is in the top 95% players of Kv-1s as far as damage goes, so he's a pretty good player. Scores are 711, 712. M5 Stewart, and didn't really fully aim it, but it still hits, so there is his 6th kill. And as you can see, he's a good player. There is RNG combined with skill and also some really incompetent enemy players. Yeah, it's a low tier game, what can you expect, but usually they are better than this. Usually there is one very good guy on the enemy team, like it's now on his team, which is really himself, but there is no sort of counterpart on the enemy team, and he's alone against 6 enemy tanks. Fires 1 blind shot, misses, because if that one hit, it would have killed the medium 3, and hasn't lost any health yet, so he's on full health. So he's moving forward in order to intercept that medium 3 that is going to try to head for his base. There is the medium 3, and again didn't really aim it and it still hit. Doesn't happen too often, does it? It does happen in some games, but not really that many times in one game. And again, check this out. So he's aiming, he aimed it and it went right in the middle. Wow. That is his 9th kill. So far he hasn't taken any damage and he finished off 9 enemy tanks, and I can say that it's pretty perfect. The ADL, he basically dealt an infinite more damage to the enemy team than what the enemy team has done to him. And he's rushing forward for the last remaining tanks that are probably camping. The B1 was spotted somewhere around the base. There we go, he spotted, probably the B1 spotted him. And also the artillery at this kind of level, they don't really go forward. And there's the B1. So 1 shot misses, but yeah, considering that the shots that needed hitting hit, is not really such a big deal. Shoots the B1 again, leaves him on 228 health, and now he's loading some heat that should be able to kill the B1 in 1 shell. In fact, if it penetrates, he's going to kill it, so the only way he is not going to penetrate is if he fires at a very steep angle or if he hits the tracks, because heat shells don't like space armor and tracks. And there is the B1, shotgun him, still hasn't lost any health whatsoever. This is such a troll. This was a puppy kicking. Artillery again shooting at him, not doing anything to him. The only guy in the enemy team that can damage him is the M41, and that guy really hasn't fired at him the entire game. And there's the M41 that I was talking about, and as soon as he died, the chances of enemy team of winning are extremely low. There is the MX-105, and he also spotted the AC-26, so there are all the guys. He had a quick moment there where he thought to shoot the AC-26 or the MX-105, and just look at this AC-26. He wasn't, when he's going to enter sniper, let's see, he wasn't even aiming, and he finished the game with 13 kills, more than 3,000 damage, and absolutely no health lost. What the actual fuck? How often does it happen that you score 13 kills, you score more than 6 times the damage of the second tank in your team or in the enemy team, and you don't lose any health. How often? Let's see some post game stats. Now, if this happened in a tier 10 game, it would have been even more amazing, but still, 8300 experience with a times 3 Master BJ's Tanker, Pascucci's Medal, Pulse Medal, 19s awarded to a player who has destroyed all enemy light tanks in a battle, at least 3, High Caliber, Top Gun, Steel Wall and Kolobanov's Medal. This is more medals that I got in any game, more kills, and base experience 1846, which means that with the premium account he would have gotten, let's see, 2769, and this goes to your personal best. My personal best is I think 2500, doesn't matter. So yeah, 60,000 credits. Just look at this. Every tank that he fired at, he killed. 3300 damage, more than 6 times the damage that the second guy did. And let's see, from the enemy team, 700. Oh yeah, he didn't do 5 times more than that, unfortunately. He only did 4 times. And 32 shots fired, 22 hit. Yeah, it's a derp gun. And massive game, the perfect game, I could say, because, you know, he did what he did and he didn't lose any health, because if he survived on low health, it would have been an epic game, but because he didn't even lose any health, it was a sort of fuck yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please think about rating it, think about sharing, because it helps me the most and it's free. Don't forget to subscribe and have an absolutely awesome game. Oh sorry, and game and maybe even day. See ya.